Hello there, meet Mr. gametiny, the mini game console I created using the microchip Attiny85. This game console uses very cheap components from Taobao or Alibaba. Total cost is less than $12 or Hong Kong dollar 88. It is powered by a button lithium battery, 3-watt CR2032. Follow me, let's build one. There are two types of mini game console based on Attiny85 chip. First one is called the Attiny Arcade. It is
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic with this logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it, I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it, you know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic, keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy, the enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me, I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this, freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus, living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it, go on and take your aim, yeah.
I was built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
special cable from that header to this game console through a 6-pin header. Just follow the wiring diagram in this schematic. But beware, don't swap the direction of this header, otherwise it may cause permanent damage to either your computer or this mini game console. Most of the parts used in this project are purchased through Taobao from Hong Kong. I think there are also AliExpress that can get you the same goods with much more shipping costs if you want it in US. Here are the lists and also some of the screen capture of the Taobao shops that I bought this from. The prices here are quoted in RMB, the Chinese dollar. To convert to US dollar, just multiply by 0.144. For us in Hong Kong, we purchased this part through different shops in Taobao. They are shipped within 3 days to a forwarder, and then we pay the forwarder to send it to Hong Kong. Shipping costs can range from $8 in China, and also when it's shipped to Hong Kong, it's per kilogram, usually $10 per kilogram. stuff I purchased in this project, the total shipping cost is around 20 Chinese dollar. We have loaded the test Attiny program. You can look at my GitHub folder and find this program. It helps us to test our buttons, see whether it's running properly. Next, you need to go to the preference of Arduino and put in this link so you can add the Attiny board into the board definition, because Arduino comes by default only support Arduino boards. You need to edit this additional board manager URL to put in the site where you can find the board definition for Attiny. You should also look at the preference of Arduino and set show verbose output during upload. This will allow you to see more information when your USB ASP programmer is use to program to the Attiny85, because that is very tricky, so getting more information will help. Once you got your board URL typed in, go ahead and exit Arduino so you can take in the changed setting. Then load Arduino again. Go to the Tools and click Board Manager. And then search Tiny. You'll find this Board Manager driver. Since I already installed, so you won't see this install button, but if you haven't done it, just click on install the latest version 1.02. Once you have installed, come back to the tools. In the board, you will see a new section called Attiny microcontrollers. Just click Attiny 2045 85, and then on the second setting, click Attiny85. On the internal clock, click internal 8 MHz. There's a game called Pac-Man that requires internal 16. So when you play that game, you need to come here to click that, and also use the burn bootloader to burn this setting into the chip. That will change the speeds the chip is running. In addition to loading the game, you need to do this part as well. So otherwise, most of the games run at internal 8 MHz. One thing to be aware, never click any of these external 8 MHz, 16 MHz, 20 MHz. Your Attiny will become bricked and will not respond to your command anymore once you click this, because then it expects you have an external crystal chip connected to the CPU. So if you click this one and burn the CPU, there's no way we can rescue it unless you have a circuit to put in an external crystal. We need to set the tools programmer to USBasp. This is important. Make sure you select USBasp as the programmer. Then download this utility called Test Attiny from my GitHub folder. You can find the links in the YouTube video. This will allow you to test all the buttons, the screen, and the speaker. This is the USBasp programmer board. It has an embedded ATmega8 chips. At the back of it, there's a small header, 10 pin. We have to convert it into the 6 pin used in our tiny game board. So make sure you face the right way when you insert the pin, not the back side but the front side. Otherwise, you may burn the chip and your USB port. Push it in gently. Don't power on the button. Don't power on your board, otherwise it will crash. Then go to the Arduino client and click the upload button. Then it will start pumping out the orange text, which are the verbose output of the programmer. You see it's writing the program and it's now reading back and verify whether the program has been burnt in successfully. Once you saw done, thank you, it's okay to remove the header cable. Then replace it with the OLED. Make sure you use only the middle 4 pins. This testing program can allow you to test the fire button on the right. Make sure you can press it and it becomes 0. And also the directional key up, down, left, right. So they vary between 800 or 600 when the other keys is pressed. Once the thing proves to work on the breadboard, you may want to mount it into a decent PCB so you can keep it for longer and make it smaller. So there are 2 types of PCBs. I choose the smaller one on the top, and make sure you find the one with double side with the holes connecting between the bottom and the top. Then you can mount the equipment on top like this. To make the interconnection between the components, you can use this type of 0.1mm laminated wire, which is insulated at regular temperature but melts at around 300 degrees Celsius. So you can apply the solder iron on top, wait for around 20 seconds to melt it, and connect it. It is pretty tough and it's pretty hard to scratch, so it's very safe for connection. Choose a solder iron with a very sharp tip, so you won't be creating breaches across adjacent points. Before turning everything up, double check, triple check your connection using a multimeter. Use the ohm meter parts times 1 ohm setting. Especially take extra care on the VCC and ground to power. Make sure they are not swapped, otherwise you'll burn your kits. Now let's mount the Attiny85 chip. This is the chip. You can see the bottom right as a dot, that's pin 1. So make sure you align pin 1 to the end of the socket with the notches. Next, put in the button battery, CR2032. Make sure you put the right side up, the positive side is facing up. And then we can put in the OLED. Again, double check the VCC is on the left side and align the pins into the middle 4 pins of the header. Skip pin 1 and pin 6, those are not used. Now let's load our test Attiny program. First connect the USB port of the computer to this USB ASP programmer. See the power lamp lights up, and then connect the other end of the ribbon cable to your newly created port. Make sure the front is facing your way, otherwise there will be damages. Double check that, make sure it's correct. Make sure you select USB ASP as the programmer, then go ahead to click the upload button to upload the test Attiny program to the board. The orange text comes out and it's writing data, the program, then it's reading it back, and thank you. Unplug the ribbon cable and replace it with the OLED. Make sure still occupy the middle 4 pins. Make sure the connection is in the proper direction to avoid damages. Power it up and the test program is loading. You can again test all the buttons, make sure it's correct. Now let's load the game. There are many games already shared on the web. Just find it from my GitHub folder or search the internet. Now we are loading the game called Flogger. Let's plug in the ribbon cable. Make sure it's facing your way. Now click the upload button. Writing program now. And reading back to verify. Okay, it's done. Thank you. Unplug the ribbon cable and replace it with the OLED. Make sure you align the middle 4 pins with the 4 pins of the OLED. Then we can power up and let's play. Thanks for watching. Happy gaming. If you like this video, please click subscribe.